Everybody, welcome back to Ainsworth Golf Academy. As always, thank you very much for tuning in and spending your time watching my videos. Hope you're going to find this one a bit of fun, really. This one, a guy who subscribes to my channel, and if you don't do that already, I urge you to do so, because you'll get alerts when I post new videos and you'll be the first to watch them. So it's dead easy, it's free obviously. Just subscribe and you'll get a little alert when I post a new video. So this guy had watched one of my old videos where I'd compared old drivers, old persimmon, wooden-headed drivers, to something a bit more modern, and it's on there if you want to watch it. He said, could you do a similar thing for old irons compared to new irons? I thought, why not? It's a bit of fun. So I had 10 minutes this morning. I thought, let's go for it. Let's do it. So what I've got is I've got 3 irons here which we're going to do a comparison from. Now, starting from the top, we have a very old set. Well, if I say very old, this is about 91, 92 set of Homna irons. These are what I used back then when I could play a little bit more than I do now. Forged bladed club, beautiful design, you know, classic sort of blade shape to it. Really difficult to hit, but that's kind of what we were playing with back then. It was fitted with a really high performance graphite boron shaft, and I thought I'll bring this one out because it will be a good little comparison. Interesting thing about this is the loft of it. I put it in my loft and line machine this morning. It's coming out at 38 degrees of loft, which, and I checked back on some of the internet stuff, that's a pretty honest loft for clubs of this sort of era and this design. Some were a bit stronger, some went to 36, some were weaker and went to 40 degrees. So 38, remember that number. We're going to put it up against 2 others. The one in the mid-range is the Ping S56, which has just been superseded by the S55, as you guys know. Again, video out there on my channel if you want to find out about that. Plug. 34.25 degrees of loft on this one, so you can see the progression is getting stronger. And then we end up with a bomber, which is this one. This is the Benross Hot speed iron. British manufacturer Benross, makes some good kit, sort of sells at a reasonably low price point, but very good quality. Now this one, we're getting down to 31 degrees of loft, so we're going 38, 34.25, we're now down to 31. And this is pretty common with clubs out there, manufacturers I won't name, which tell you that they're the longest hitting irons. The reason they are longer is because they get the lofts, they crank it down, they make the clubs a little bit longer, and surprise, surprise, the club goes further. Wow, should we be surprised? Not really. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get some numbers off GC2 here. Now, I'm doing this test completely from scratch. I'm not making these numbers up, and it might take me a couple of hits just to get some fair comparisons. So I've got my Homna here. I had to put a new grip on it because the grip was so shiny and slick on it. I couldn't hold on to it. So I'm going to get a hit, and we're going to look at carry distance on this. We're not bothered about total distances, but let's just have a little look. Pro V1's being hit. Let's see if we can get one away. A little bit out of the toe, that one, slightly blocky to the right. I might leave it in there as a bit of a comparison. Let's see if we can get one slightly better stroke than that. It is Monday morning, you know, so I'm under pressure here. That's good. Okay, I absolutely nailed that. I can't hit it any better than that. And I'm looking at the carry distance on this one coming back. So, that's pretty scary. Through the air, 142 yards carry. Okay, remember that number, folks. 142 carry. Going to our Ping S56 here, which I must say is really one of my favourite clubs out there. I could play with this quite easily. I just love the look of them. What have I got? Dynamic gold, S300 steel shaft in this, black spot, standard length, standard lie. Let's see if we can do it justice and see what we get out of this one. Well, I'm almost impressed with these. Straight down the target line. Remember we had 142 carry at the Homnas. We just jumped to 151. Okay, that was interesting. So we got 2 good hits in the bag. We're now going to the Benross Hot speed iron. What have we got fitted in this? Dynamic light regular, standard length, standard lie. The thing I notice about this, obviously it's bigger than the first two, but wow, it looks more like a 6 iron than a 7 because, well, it is. Let's see what happens. Pull that one a little bit, so that will inflate the yardage because I've turned it over, de-lofted the club a little bit, so we shouldn't use that one because the first two hits were actually quite good with the other clubs. So see if we can get a slightly straighter one. Yeah, like that one. Straight. Wow, this is long. Wait for the carry distance coming back on this one. 163. So there we go. That just kind of shows you, let's bring those numbers back up on the screen so that we can just chat a little bit about those. You won't see those from back there, I'll pull them out. So this was there is a little bit of variance in club speeds as well on these, I must say, but I mean, taking the best Homna one, I was up at 78 miles an hour club speed, got a 141 carry. I went to the pin, 80 miles an hour club speed, pretty similar, 150 carry, and then that was the pull, 85, God, warming up a little bit, so we'll take a few yards off that, but even taking maybe 3 or 4 yards off for the extra club speed, I'm still at 160 carry there. So to round that up, we've kind of got 10-yard increments. Homna will say 140 through the air, ping 150 through the air, and the bomber Benross 160. So that gives you a little bit of a flavour of how golf clubs have changed in lofts and how manufacturers are basically making us believe that we're hitting the ball further because they're changing the lofts. So nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that they're doing a bad thing, but just be aware that when a club says it's going to hit the ball a long way, there's probably a good reason for that. Now, kind of good thing, but remember that it will squeeze things at the other end of the spectrum. When you get up to your wedges in the very strong lofted sets, you know, you could be down at 43, 44 degree wedge loft, which means you're going to have a big gap. You're going to have to put gap wedges in there. So good fun that. Enjoyed doing that one. I hope you enjoy watching it. I hope it's a bit of fun, a bit of informative stuff. As far as what you should buy, well, you know, that's your decision. But any questions that you want to post, any specific things you want me to try and talk about, help you guys and girls with, I'm happy to do it. So, as always, thanks for watching and tuning in. Bye-bye now.